In tonight's Project Education, starting Friday, new discipline guidelines will take effect for Washington State Public Schools. It's in reaction to post-pandemic classroom behavior and challenges. Some educators say change and definition is needed, but student advocate groups are against how it was done. If your child misbehaves in class, there's a change in Washington schools' discipline guidelines.
We were writing discipline rules for every student in the state of Washington, not for a specific group of students. So
Michaela Miller is the Deputy Superintendent of Washington Instruction. She says the goal is to make the discipline definition more clear.
I think the biggest clarification that we made to those is tying them to the instructional frameworks that teachers and principals know and are evaluated on.
Here's what's changing. OSPI rolled out rules in 2019 for discipline, saying a teacher must attempt another form of discipline before any short-term or in-school suspension. That was before COVID. Behaviors have changed, and according to the state, so must the rules. In the updated guidelines, it focuses instead on corrective action. And the line about attempting other forms of discipline first has been erased, and that's causing concern among some student advocacy groups.
Overall, it kind of lowers the standard and puts more of the power in the educator as far as removing the child from the classroom.
Eric Holzefeld is with the League of Education Voters. They're worried about how the new guidance will impact students of color or other vulnerable kids.
We have some concerns around what some might call unintended consequences, and particularly around disproportionate impact for students of color, Black students, students receiving special education services.
Miller claims the new guidance isn't a rollback.
A teacher generally practices multiple forms of behavior intervention in the classroom, regardless of being told in a rule whether or not they have to do it.
The rules allow a teacher to remove a student from class for up to 2 days max as a disciplinary measure, but that must be in the local district's policy. The League of Education Voters says there was never enough community input.
And just the lack of engagement with students and parents in the development of this was pretty astonishing for us.
We worked with everyone.
OSPI says they engaged teachers, principals, superintendents, and the school boards and held 4 community meetings across the state. Again, the guidelines take effect Friday. When speaking to local Southwest Washington districts, they often meet in August to determine student code of conduct and their guidelines. And you can read all of OSPI's updated policy at Katu.com.